Kijk- en luistertoets 2018 Engels basisberoepsgerichte leerweg. Audiodeel. In het nu volgende deel ga je luisteren naar een interview met Cecily. Ze vertelt over haar bedrijf dat creatieve cursussen aanbiedt en over straattoneel. Haar bedrijf is een franchise, een filiaal van een groter bedrijf dat The Creation Station heet. Er komt eerst een inleiding. Hierbij is geen opgave.
My name is Cecily Folds and I am a performer and a new franchise owner. It's a business which has been tried and tested, a business structure that exists already. So I have to follow things in the way that they have done.
Tot zover de inleiding. Lees nu de opgave.
How did you start as a franchise owner?
Well, I was wanting to run creative classes with children and I found it very stressful and I didn't have many people coming. I didn't have very good marketing. And then I got an inheritance from my granny and I liked this franchise that I've bought into. I think the advantages are that there's a lot of support there on all aspects of the business. We had weekly conference calls to check in and that everything's going okay. Any worries, concerns. They've just won actually an award for the marketing and IT support that they give to their franchisees. So there's a lot of help there, and it's I don't feel I'm floundering around on my own.
1.
What's your business called?
The business is called The Creation Station, and it's about nurturing children's creativity and also working with parents and children together. So it's running arts and crafts sessions for toddlers and babies and holiday sessions for up to 11-year-olds. It's about exploring materials and tools and letting them see what happens if we try this or that. The parents are there or the carers are there, so it's also about supporting families in doing things that are difficult to do in the home. It's quite difficult to do very messy things in home or have enough space to set things up. And it's nice to have, an hour or so of where there's nothing else to think about. You just got that focused time with your child.
2.
You said you also work with babies. Can such small children actually make things?
Well, with the baby discovery, both the classes start with a magic bag. So there's a big soft bag that opens up and in there are materials. So for example, at the moment the term is shape. And yesterday we were doing circles. So there was lots of round things. There was round balls and balloons. So there's just a bit of play there with materials and songs. With the babies, it's all on the floor on tarpaulin with paper and lining paper, so they can actually stand in the paint or squish it. So it's about exploring things. So it's educational fun.
3.
How do you get your contracts? Do playgroups and other organisations contract you?
Yeah, they would hire me to come in for a session if they've got funding, to come in maybe once a month or every week. But that's an area I've still got to explore. I don't have plenty of work at the moment. So I had my first sessions yesterday. So for the baby discovery class, I had no people. And for the next session, I had 2. And I'm running a special offer of half price. So I haven't done a lot of huge marketing. I've been to a few toddler groups. But it's just setting myself up, really. I'm going to be doing some events. And then I was doing theatre work, so I've had a bit of that. So I've got a little bit of money coming in. But I'm trying to do less theatre because it was too much travelling.
4.
What do you like so much about street theatre?
Something that's brilliant about it is that when you're a character, it somehow seems to dissolve boundaries between you and other people. And people feel that they can say anything to you, or they also accept your character. And it can be very funny. And some people are sometimes very willing to play, and some people hang back. Some people, adults or even children, might take them a few hours, and then it feels really beautiful. It's different every time, and the interactions that you have with people are spontaneous, and I think it also brings out the play in adults.
5.
Not everyone likes street theatre, do they? What do you do when a person doesn't want to participate?
Walk away. So you have to be very sensitive to that and watch what people's boundaries are, which comes with practice, really. Sometimes people their mind is elsewhere, or they're busy, or they might be frightened. Not frightened, but they don't want to engage in something like that. Some ages of children can be tricky, older preteen and teenagers can often be a little bit violent because they don't understand, or they think they're too cool. They sometimes don't know how to react, so they can quite often react by not being very nice. So you have to play with them quite skillfully till you get them on your side.
6.
In het nu volgende deel ga je luisteren naar een aantal nieuwsberichten. Er is geen inleiding. Lees nu de opgave.
The police force of Tayside in Scotland have announced that they are now exploring the use of new media. They have launched a community smartphone app. The community police officers are the first bobbies in Scotland to tweet on the beat. The app allows people to find out what police officers are doing in their neighbourhoods. It makes it possible to follow police officers on a map. People living in Tayside can use the app to keep up to date with the latest news and to see what is happening in their local area. The app can be downloaded free for use on all types of smartphones.
7.
Statistics indicate that between 2 and 6% of Northwest Europeans are redheads. The curious thing is that in the UK, the numbers of people with red hair are much higher. A project by DNA Worldwide, a company that aims to explain the mysteries of red hair, is currently looking at 4,000 test cases and hopes to explain early next year exactly why Britain is the most red-headed nation in the world. According to the project, this may simply be because of its cloudy weather. Britain gets more clouds than Scandinavia because of its maritime climate. A spokesman of the company commented that the simplest explanation might turn out to be the best.
8.
Although some roads had to be closed due to heavy snowfall, the white flakes were a perfect birthday present for Scotland's two polar bears, Arctos and Walker. The bears celebrated a joint 5th and 4th birthday party at Highland Wildlife Park. Large crowds watched the two bears as they played in their 6-acre bachelor pad enclosure, while tucking into their homemade present, a specially constructed ice cake, complete with salmon and topped with a few tasty sardines as an extra treat. Walker welcomed his new polar play pal, Arctos, earlier this year, and ever since both bears have become inseparable.
9.
The crocodile in Peter Pan happily went tick-tock after swallowing an alarm clock, but a crocodile in an American zoo has been a little less fortunate. Gino, a 14-year-old crocodile, has not been very active and has already been refusing food for 2 weeks. A camera was dropped by a woman who was trying to photograph him last month. She had been admiring her favourite zoo animal at least once a week for months. The owner says she was stretching her arm to snap a picture of him when her device dropped into the water. Gino will be taken to a clinic for an X-ray next week to check his stomach. Medics are considering surgery only as a last resort.
10.
On Saturday morning, a zookeeper found a Komodo dragon dead in its cage when he came to feed the giant lizard. The zoo is conducting an autopsy to find the cause. The Surabaya Zoo, the biggest in Indonesia, has seen 105 animal deaths in 3 years. The Komodo dragon is the 5th fatality in the zoo since the start of the year, following the death of a deer a day earlier. An 18-month-old African lion died earlier in January after getting its head caught in cables in its cage. The management of the zoo has been taken over by the Surabaya City Administration, but the deaths have not stopped, and animal welfare groups continue to call for its closure.
11.
In het nu volgende deel ga je luisteren naar een programma over Airport Travel Agency, een reisbureau op het vliegveld van San Francisco. Naast reizen bieden zij ook nog andere diensten aan, van de opslag van bagage tot een doucheservice voor vermoeide reizigers. Leonard is de eigenaar van het bedrijf. In het programma hoor je hem zelf, zijn werknemers en zijn klanten aan het woord. Er komt eerst een inleiding. Hierbij is geen opgave.
I'm Leonard, and I'm the president, CEO of Airport Travel Agency. My main motto is we don't say no. We don't say no. We gonna find a way. 5:30 in the morning is game time. Sir, I need a bag wrap. Sir, could I get a shower next door? Even sleep out in front of the lobby. Now we ready for business now. Come on, join us here.
Tot zover de inleiding. Lees nu de opgave.
My main motto is we don't say no. We don't say no. We gonna find a way. I tell all my employees, being in the position that we are in, when a customer come to you that actually have a problem, we have the solution, and my job is like a quarterback. You only have 12 seconds to release the ball. You only have 12 seconds to come up with a solution to get that passenger on the way. And so far, we've been keeping up with that record. We keep a scoreboard inside the office, and I call it our touchdown board. You know, and every day we get to work, everyone know it's game time.
12.
About a year and a half ago, we had a customer that came in to store a couple of small bags. And when I looked at the bag and picked it up, it was just so heavy. And I picked it up, and all of a sudden it just popped open, and I heard this glass break. When I first saw the powder and the urn it was in, I said, oh, wow, these are human remains. And I said, I know when I go outside, this lady really going to flip that her item got broken. I said, well, ma'am, the ashes there. She said, no, it's okay, no problem. And thinking she's going to take all the pieces with her, she said, no, I'll leave my mom here with you. I said, man, what?
She's been sitting there and he will not let us throw her away. This is her final resting place.
13.
My name is Kimberly Hubbard, and I do whatever I'm told to do. So the snow globes come here from passengers who believe that they can carry on their snow globe because it's a gift, and also because it's very fragile. So they come here and they're trying to get through security, and then they realize, oh my gosh, my snow globe has fluid in it, so I can't take it through security. And so they'll come here with their snow globe, and when they find out the shipping price, they're not very happy about that. A lot of time they just abandon them here. So we've started collecting all of the snow globes. I've got like 12 at home.
14.
My name is Carol Feiner, and I am the unofficial historian of Airport Travel Agency. I've been here since the company opened in 1987, and I've seen just about everything that goes on here. One time I heard this noise from down the hall. It sounded like jingle bells. And in came this guy who was completely normally dressed in a shirt and slacks, and he had giant clown shoes with jingle bells on them. And we got hysterical. Leonard and I were hysterical because we said, are those, you're going to have to take your shoes off to go through security. And are you going to be able to fit those shoes under the seat in front of you? I mean, they were enormous. And he said he was Bobby the Clown, so nobody would molest him because he was Bobby the Clown.
15.
When I first started at the ticket counter, I said, wow, I'll be a steward. And my wife said, nope, you're not going to be a steward, So I said, well, one day I might be a station manager. And then another thing it told me, just kind of learn everything in the field, everything that comes around travel. Put it all in one basket. And when you start picking out in that basket, what do you do best? That's what you do. And what I do best is customer service, servicing passengers, servicing people, servicing the public. I got hired with this company called Amlock. And in 2000, the company came to me and my wife said, you know everything about the airport, the airlines, go for it.
16.
My name is Wesley Hubbard. I do everything from baggage storage, faxing, shipping, copying, sell bags, boxes, mainly customer service in general. A nice storage customer came in. She was actually looking for lockers. I told her that there are no more lockers, but alternatively, she could leave her luggage with me for a fee, of course. And she mentioned that she had this big clunky thing without any wheels. She got at a garage sale for $5, mind you. And she didn't want it anymore because she couldn't roll it and didn't want to carry it. So, lo and behold, I have it in my possession.
17.
We had a customer one day about 2 or 3 years ago, and she stole a shower. How do you steal a shower? I don't know. Well, she did it. She went in the shower room, and we were over there, and she came out the shower, and she was walking by, and her hair was wet, and Wesley was like, "Did you sell a shower?" And I said, "No, I didn't sell a shower. I thought you sold the shower." He stopped her, and he stopped her like right there. "Miss, did you take a shower?" And she said, "No, I didn't take a shower." And her hair is soaking wet, and she's got on our shower shoes on her feet. And he says, "No, you have to pay for the shower you took. It's $11. And he says, "No, I never took a shower. I didn't even take a shower." And he says, "Well, wait, I'm going to call the police." And she says, "No, I'm not waiting." So he took her picture, and then she waited for the police to press charges for him taking a picture. But then she ended up getting in trouble and having to pay for the shower.
18.
Well, I'm getting ready to call my office right now. I have one of my employees doing a FedEx for me, and unfortunately, the air bill didn't come out right. Try to balance my stress, but it bothers me when small things like that go wrong. I release it by talking about it. I'll either pull that particular employee on the side and let them know I wasn't happy with the way things went. They understand. We got to do it a certain way to make it work. And if it's not done that way, I'm not happy.
19.
You know, it seems like everybody in California is always in a rush. I think since I've been driving for the last 50 years, I've probably not seen a million fingers go up, either in my windshield or a car next to me throwing the finger up, but I'm used to it now. They have a lot of people now you can't even have eye contact with no more. You know, eye contact is kind of like a fear word. When I drive, I don't even look to the left. I just keep driving. I remember a while ago I got home and my wife said, "You just don't look at nobody." She said, "I'm on the left-hand side of you. I've been blowing my horn and rolled my window down and yelling your name, and you didn't look over one time." If I say, baby, the way people are these days, see, if you look at people wrong, they figure you're looking at them the wrong way. So I try to do my best to avoid trouble in my life.
20.
Einde van het audiodeel.